Carpetsus, when hunting up in North Texas, spied this hog coming across the pasture to the creek. I drove up to meet it. Driving about the first 400 yards, stopping, getting out, walking the last 100 yards or so, waiting for the hog to come out of the creek bottom. That's going to be a rat there in the distance. The hog made it up out of the creek to my side, but was behind a tank dam and standing next to a cow. And he shot here with my Lone Star Armory TX15 multi-purpose carbine enhanced in 6.5 Grendel, shooting Hornady SST 123 grain bullets loaded by Druid Hill Armory and the Starline Brass. Would be a tough shot, so I'm going to hold off. Here the hog takes notice of me, and there's nothing I can do. So I just stand still and wait it out. The hog seems to lose interest, but again turns and takes notice of me, stands still, and I figure this is as good a time as any to shoot. He appears to lift his head to open his mouth and gets a quality assurance shot.
Safe.
And finally he rolls over and he is down and the cow is just fine. The first shot impacted right next to the right eye, just slightly right of the point of aim. I don't doubt that this shot was fatal. That the hog lifted its head and tried to breathe was probably just part of agonal breathing, so it was on its way out at that time. However, I did fire a second shot that went in slightly lower than I wanted, below the right ear, across the brain case, and did not exit.
Alright, you can hear the truck running in the background, but one of the shots, I think the one from the side of the head, came across and is right here behind the ear.
That turned out to be a jacket fragment. I have no idea what happened to the lead core.
Brass Catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
The hog turned out to be a 145-pound boar, and I used my Odin Wolf W3 outdoor knife in order to recover the jacket fragment. Moving on to my next property, you usually don't see hogs hanging out with the deer.
Deer, pig.
However, once in a while you will find a hog hanging out with the deer. At this point I've moved up, and one of the deer has moved out of the area and there's still one staying behind. Now that's my hog behind all those trees and tree limbs, and I don't have a very good shot from right here. As it is so quiet in this little valley area, what I've been doing in order to advance on this hog is to only move up when cars are approaching on the highway, using the sound of the cars to cover my approach. And here I hear a car coming and I'm getting ready to change positions once again. Alright, here's where I start to move. Get set back up on my sticks again. That's the deer to the left, and I've got a little better view of my hog, but not much better. But I'm going to wait it out and see what happens. There are no livestock in the area, and the only deer is moving away. Nothing off to the right. So I'm just going to bide my time and wait for the hog to move into another position. Then slowly it's going to start to move, and this little trapezoid is going to be my loophole through which I'll be shooting. Alright, watch as the hog moves into position. Here we go. And the hog goes down. When I walked up on the hog, it still had blink reflex, and so it had to get a coup de grace shot, another shot through the chest cavity. This hog turned out to be a boar coming in at 120 pounds, and the first shot entered the right shoulder, right at the humeral head, going through the humeral head, breaking it, going through a couple ribs, entering the thoracic cavity, crossing the thoracic cavity, penetrating about 14 inches, where it was recovered in the skin on the opposite side. I placed a follow-up shot a little further back so that it would not interfere with the initial shot, which I got wrong. This one went straight across the chest cavity, going through the scapula, hitting the thoracic spine, taking out a rib on the opposite side, going through the opposite scapula, leaving one piece behind, and the rest of the bullet having exited.
I think that's from my second shot. That was a finishing shot. And this is going to be my first shot up here.
This is the bullet from the first shot that penetrated 14 inches. Had it had just a little bit more energy, it would have completely exited, but as it was caught in the skin with part of it hanging out of the side. And this small piece of jacket is recovered from shot number 2, recovered from just underneath the skin at about 10 inches of penetration, the rest of the bullet having exited. Carpe sus, my friends.